All right, well, welcome back inside Chase Gymnasium. I'm Jonathan Rutz, a.k.a. Thin Air, and in case you missed our Holiday Inn pregame show, Biola number 4 in the nation taking on Vanguard Lions. Here's the starting lineup tonight for the Lions. Starting at guard is Malachi Hussein, 6'2", out of Norwalk, California. Brandon Hood, 5'8", will start at the other guard. Shaquille Dawkins, 5'10", Santa Clarita, California. Zachary Allman, the big man down low, San Luis Obispo, went to Cal Poly SLO before this. And Quinn Hansen rounds it out at 6'6" from Spokane, Washington. Down low for Coach Holmquist. And starting for your Eagles is the usual. Dakari Archer, the All-American, will play the point guard position. Also starting, Trevor Trinan will play that 2 spot. The utility man, Ryan Swain, number 3. Down low also is Jeff Gonzalez, will play himself as well from Riverside Poly before this. And let's see and find out if Coach Holmquist is going to start Steve Hervé or if he's going to go with Kalen Tiongson. But Steve for sure will be a big impact player for Biola. Kalen Tiongson missed the game over the weekend, or over that road stretch. And so he will, looks like starting from the bench here tonight. That's Steve Hervé, who's getting tossed around down there in the lower right half of your screen. So Biola comes out into this game here tonight, 24-3, 9-1 in their last 10, and 12-1 at home. Have only been beat here earlier on this year by Jessup, who snapped a 2-year streak for Biola at home. Guy tonight that we're looking out for, Kalen Tiongson off the bench. Tiongson's going to be important, especially guarding Zach Allman. I would look to have Jeff Gonzalez guard Zach here earlier on in the game. Zach's a little bit quicker down low, but here's the other thing that you have to understand. Biola thrives on a 3-guard system that are all shorter, undersized guards, and that's how Vanguard has it right now. So look to Ryan Swain to make an impact. He did it against, I couldn't tell you who he did it against, Menlo, I believe, or Arizona Christian. Biola wins the tip here. Archer up top. He's being guarded by Shaquille Dawkins. Dawkins shorter than Archer, and that almost never happens. Biola getting deep in the shot clock, and there's the foul. Foul's on Shaquille Dawkins. No clock here tonight. I'll make sure to keep you guys updated. 9:35 in the first half. Biola with a fresh 30. It's good to see the Eagles back at home here tonight. Rough pass there from Archer. Almost gets it stolen away. Quinn Hansen for the Lions looks to be Jeff Gonzalez. Zach going straight at Steve Hervé. Ryan Swain doing exactly what I wanted. Uses his body, comes down low. Can't get the first, draws nothing but oxygen. Zach Allman comes down with the rebound. Shaquille Dawkins running off the top. This is Vanguard's first offensive set. Hansen at the high post. Handoff inside Hood. Hood pulls up for 3, no good. Good rebound from Dakari Archer, and he looks to push. Brandon Hood's only 5'8", a little bit stockier. And Archer uses a spin move, gets someone to fall, lays it in for 2. And that's how we'll start the scoring night for Biola. Put him in the spin cycle. On the left wing is Vanguard here. Zach Allman, high post, being guarded by Steve Hervé. Real interesting, not what I called for. On the right wing, Shaquille Dawkins for 3. Rims out, Hansen there with the tip. And like we said, we want Archer to make sure he comes into this game aggressive driving to the basket. Jeff didn't like the first one, decides to give himself a little more distance to the basket there, knocks it in for 2. Coach Coleman already off the bench calling out plays that Vanguard have and set plays. He does a very good job with his scout teams. Scouts out opponents' plays really, really well. Dawkins splits the double team. Tip away there, and Gonzalez went on a quick out, and he's going to make sure this one goes down correctly. Trevor Trinan laying it in for 2. Biola up quick 6-2, 17 minutes left in this first half. Good energy here in the building tonight. Good pass down to Hansen, who gives himself a little rim graze dunk there. Archer on the right wing, clears out Swain. Bad pass, and it's going to go Vanguard's way. Archer and Gonzalez just checking with each other, trying to figure out their miscommunication. Into the game for the first time tonight, the Lions. Victor Evans, 6'4". That'll give the Lions some height there on Ryan Swain. Evans, step back, pull up on Swain. No good, off the back iron. Swain with the long rebound. Pushes himself. He's being guarded by Hussein. Goes down the left wing. Finds no one. Archer up top to Swain. Swain uses Gonzalez at the high post. Goes up over the top to Steve Hervé. Good pump fake from Steve. Gets fouled. 3 seconds in the key called. Instead, Coach Coleman asking for Steve to shoot the first one, but that's a set play for Biola. Usually they'll use it for the high post, and they'll make sure guys get sealed out. But Kalen Tiongson, the normal starter, and the fire for Biola, coming into the game, and look for him to get Biola emotionally charged. Hood up top, getting double teamed off the screen. Goes off a 3. Front iron, no good. Much like the women's game, Vanguard's been shooting a lot of threes early on and haven't converted any. 0 for 3 so far. Archer with another crossover. Got some tight handles here tonight. Ryan Swain wants Steve Hervé to come out. There's Jeff Gonzalez going up against Hansen. Hansen's going to get called for a foul. That's exactly what Biola needs to do, starting on the inside out here tonight. Gonzalez goes to the line for 2. Most likely Steve Hervé will be coming out for Kalen Tiongson here. That's the first foul on Hansen. Second team foul. Also into the game, Jamal Lee, 6'3" junior from Long Beach. And checking it for first time tonight, Brandon Brothers, sophomore from Glendora High School. And I remember him from last year playing for Vanguard. Really an asset for them. He's a tall guard, plays really well physically. And the foul's going to be on Vanguard. It's going to be right off the bat on Jamal Lee. Hasn't even been in for a full second yet, and he's picked up his first foul. And Zach Allman, Kalen Tiongson, Jeff Gonzalez all know each other really, really well, actually. And he put himself right in the middle of the two with no regard for human safety, but is quickly put back outside the picket fence, as it were, on the stack. Archer, hand off to Trevor Trinan. Trevor on the inside out. Good defense. Brandon Hood playing right up in him, not biting on any fakes. The foul's going to get called, and it sounded like they didn't even want to call one, but that's Victor Evans who's going to go to the line for 2. We'll see who this foul's on, and that's on Dakari Archer. Blake Shannon Jr. looking to check in. Mr. Consistent. Biola does a good job of making sure they get to the line a decent amount, and if they don't, they usually run the foul total up. Team foul for the other team. Shaquille Dawkins checks in for Brandon Hood. And out comes Trevor Trinan for the young Blake Shannon Jr. Biola loses a lot of seniors here. 4 of their 5 starters are seniors. So going into NCAA next year, they're going to have to really rely on the power from Blake Shannon Jr., Trevor Trinan, Steve Hervey, and Alex Talma. Double team down low. And Coach Coleman asking for a swing, but instead he goes right at Zach Allman. Archer going to have to make his move here. Turnaround, nothing doing. Rough possession there for Biola. Had a lot of options and didn't use any of them. Dawkins goes up top. That's Jamal Lee going straight at Kalen. Kalen just going to give him space. Good rebound from Jeff Gonzalez. Archer get a full head of steam going straight at Zach Allman. Step back, wide open Jay. It's good. Excuse me, I haven't been paying attention to the scoreboard at all. Biola up 9-5. 14 minutes left here in the first half. Good tip away from Jeff Gonzalez, and it stays with Vanguard. Shaquille Dawkins on the inbound. Goes up top. And good defense from Archer, just staying straight up. And I'm sure Jamal Lee, at the 215, 6'3", stocky player that he is, gets a decent amount of physical plays. And Tiongson deciding he's not going to do that. Oh, what a pass from Kalen Tiongson. I thought turnover. I was wrong. And good finish from Archer, finishing high, not giving any time for Vanguard to reset. It's a good start for Biola, up 11-5 here early on in the first half, 13 minutes left. Let's hear a word from our sponsors. Holiday Inn Buena Park, proud sponsor of Biola Athletics. The hotel is located just 5 miles from campus and offers complimentary Wi-Fi and parking with many things to do within walking distance. Holiday Inn Buena Park is a prime location for our students and their families. Hotel amenities include the biggest outdoor pool in the area, a restaurant that features free meals for kids, and a health and fitness center. Special Biola rates are available. Book your stay today. Biola coming out shooting hot and keeping Vanguard cold, shooting 62% as opposed to 25%. Vanguard also 0 for 3 from the field. And this is what I like. So far, Biola on a lead, playing well offensively, shooting 62%, and none of them are threes yet. And that's really going to start to open up in the second half of the night. But good, grown, stocky guards for Vanguard have really kept smaller guards like Trevor Trinan off his game a little bit. This is Hansen driving up top. No traveling called. 3 seconds in the key. Alex Thomas going to get his first look here tonight. Out comes Jeff Gonzalez. Trinan flashing on their press break. Shot clock didn't start at its correct time. Kalen Tiongson up top on the inbound. He's going to go right at Hansen. He drives, decides to dish. And Tiongson wide open. Jay off the front iron. No good. Good shot, though, from Kalen. Good strip away for Archer. Archer continuing to play. Good tip away from Blake Shannon Jr. He's going to go right at Shaquille Dawkins. Dishes off. Trevor Trinan lays it up and in. No good. And Dakari Archer had his hand up on the rim, was ready to put that one back. And I'll tell you what, the roof would have had a hard time holding that explosion from the fans if Dakari Archer had put down a putback dunk. Eagles bench want to travel. Instead, Victor Evans comes away with a bucket. 12.5 minutes left. Almost a slower paced game. Tiongson on the right wing. Foul's going to be called on Alex Talma. And Talma is a big dude, let me tell you what. So for him, he's going to really have to learn how to control it, playing physically. He's going to play against some big guys too next year, and figuring out how to play to his strengths of being a lot bigger than most guys, while at the same time figuring out how to play physical and use that to his ability. Into the game for the first time tonight is Telsum Idris. Easy bucket on the inside for Vanguard. It's now just a 2-point game. A lot of wind getting taken out of the sails for Biola and their energy. Tiongson given the dish, goes up on the right side, hard off the backboard. But he gets back on the ground. He's going to tie the game up. Tie the ball up, excuse me, and it's a jump ball. Excuse me, it's a traveling call. And Biola will keep it. Out comes Talma almost as quick as he came in. He's going to hear a decent amount of advice here from the coaching staff. Archer coming around. Can't get it to fall off the front iron. Rebound for Brandon Brothers. Brothers swings over to Evans. Evans looks for the call. Runs off a screen from Idris. Pull up, Jay. Can't get anything. And Evans, really looking to use his height and his elevation. Pulling up off the dribble with a lot of his shots here tonight. Tiongson going at Hansen. Back inside to Tiongson. He's getting a little double from Shaquille. Archer swing out to Tiongson. Good shot. And gets it to roll. Kalen Tiongson leading the charge so far here tonight. Playing physically. And surprisingly, first points of the night for him. And he goes ahead and lets Teslim Idris shoot a shot and told him go ahead and take that, and Idris did. So look for Tiongson to make his adjustment on the defensive end. Good swings from Biola. Getting their best shot, and that's Blake Shannon's all day long. That dude has not calmed down at all in the past probably 9 games. Has shot really, really well from 3. And given his team a big boost off the bench and giving Coach Holmquist a lot of security with him in the way he runs an offense. Brandon Brothers dishing on the sideline. Evans for 3, in and out. And that's going to be white ball. Teslim Idris, 6'6", 205, but real cut, real physical player. Back into the game is Zach Allman. Blake Shannon running up with the ball here. 10 minutes left in the first half. We're officially done with the first quarter of this game. Jeff going right at Allman. Allman going to follow Jeff all the way to the corner. Floater up top, and trying to get in his own rebound. Laying it up and in for 2. Biola back to a 16-point lead, 6-point lead. Whew. 3 there from Brandon Hood, wide open. Biola got away with one. Here comes Shannon. Quick guards, too, for Vanguard. Shaquille Dawkins getting back real easy. Ryan Swain going straight at him, and that's exactly what he needs to do on an undersized guard here tonight. He goes right at Haseen, excuse me. Putting it in for 2, keeping him on his backside. Vanguard brings it back the other way. This is Shaquille Dawkins getting a feel for things. A lot of individual guard work here tonight for Vanguard. Good hustle from Ryan Swain. And down goes Dawkins. And they have numbers now. Kick ball from Zach Allman. Referee having a discussion here tonight and thinking if he has to stop the clock. Might need to sub out, but he decides not to. Shaquille Dawkins stays in the game. 5'10" freshman out of Santa Clarita, went to Bishop Almany High School. Not a whole lot of seniors on this team for Vanguard. Another turnover easy for Biola. Coach Rhett Soliday talking to his junior guard, Brandon Hood. Soliday's been here for 7 years now. Vanguard winning a national championship my freshman year here 4 years ago. Good rivalries between us and the likes of Andre Murillo, Cody Wittick, Pierre Zook, and Mike Kurtz. Zach Allman driving baseline hard. Pull up Jay over the top of Jeff Gonzalez. That's just a good shot. Not much you can do there. Steve Hervé comes to the bench here. Kalen Tiongson swings. Ryan Swain, heat check. Back iron. No good. I don't know what the call is going to be. Jeff Gonzalez and Zach Allman continuing to play, not hearing the whistle. And the foul's going to be on Jeff Gonzalez. In comes Steve Hervé. And in comes Dakari Archer. Up top here is Dawkins. Dawkins being guarded by Archer. Ooh, Zach Allman wide open down low. He's being guarded by Steve Hervé. Up down low is Dawkins. Dawkins off the front iron, no good. Hussein with the offensive rebound, kicks out. That's Hood. Gives a little pump fake to Ryan Swain. Gives a jab step as well. Gives it back and forth and no help defense on the other end. Vanguard's guards. We'll go with the Lions guards. Really quick here tonight. I apologize. I'm doing a lot of jobs at once here tonight, but 2016, 6:57 left on the clock. Gonzalez up top. Going against Idris. Can't find anyone. Dish to Archer and another turnover. Dakari Archer getting called for a foul, and really, not a whole lot was done when he put the ball off the back wall. No matter what the call is, all Chase Gymnasium saw was a swat that went out the door. In any case, that's Dakari Archer's first foul. Shaquille Dawkins goes to the line for two. And Biola letting him know. Fans getting into it, getting charged up, and he misses his first free throw. Back into the game, Kalen Tiongson goes for Jeff Gonzalez, and Jeff having a rough time of it right now. Had good scoring right off the bat, 3 points, 1 for 2. 2 rebounds, 2 assists, but a couple turnovers that Coach Holmquist doesn't like. Out comes Ryan Swain for Blake Shannon. Biola, since not using Levi as much in the second half of the season, have really gone to this 3 undersized guard system, and they can afford to do it against this Vanguard team. Oh, and Shaquille misses 2 for 2, much to the delight of Biola fans, on a play they thought was unjustly called for their All-American point guard. Archer going to the line. There's an offensive call. Biola doing a lot to shoot themselves in the foot here. Only up 2016. Should be up by a bit more. Really starting to hurt themselves. Brandon Brothers checks in the game. So does Ryan Swain. Out comes Archer, and that's his second. He got called for an offensive foul right there. That's rough for Biola. Most likely won't see him again in the first half. Coach Holmquist doesn't like guys going into the second half with 3 fouls. Zach Allman going to his left side. Spin move off the right. Couldn't tell if it got tipped or not, but Steve Hervé making that really difficult for Zach. Blake giving an inside out. Tiongson, no hesitation. Good shot, though, from Tiongson. That's 1 out of 3 for him from that spot on the pick and pop, and he's been wide open. Ooh, Brandon Hood with a little inside out on Shannon and got him to bite, but dishes it out. Good defense from Tiongson. Outside, Hussein for 3. Back iron, no good. Good rebound, Steve Hervé. Biola has a chance to continue to extend this and haven't really capitalized. Neither team scoring the last couple minutes. Biola's largest lead was 9 minutes. They were up by 8. Tiongson, pull up Jay. Is he going to go to the line for 2? Yes, he is. Fouls on Hussein. Biola shooting 50% from the field, 9 for 18, so no lack of shooting there, just a lot of turnovers. 7 turnovers here tonight, and if we're being honest, at least 3 of them are from Jeff Gonzalez so far. So just a rough start for him, but he's definitely been someone Biola has to have back in the lineup. He really stretches the floor for the Eagles and is coming into his own here in the last 2 seasons. Offensive board, though, for Kalen Tiongson, putting in the extra effort. Something we say a lot. Coach Holmquist calls for a timeout but doesn't get it, and he's probably okay with that now that they get to save one. Biola getting caught being stagnant, and I know he doesn't like it. Shannon driving, pull up for the J. Front iron, no good. Vanguard comes the other way. Brandon Hood with the ball. Crossover on Blake Shannon. Pull up, nothing doing. Tiongson got a hand on it, and up goes Lee there. Jamal Lee lays it in for 2. 21-18 now, 3-point lead for Biola. Something they don't like to see going into the first half as they led by 8 at one point. Oh, good backdoor cut. Tiongson with the ball, back out to Trinan. Shannon, reset, guarded by Hussein. Gives him a crossover, nothing doing, spin move, goes to the lane, pump fake, double tap. Nothing. Out to Trevor Trinan. Trinan, good jab step. Pull up for the deuce. It's good. Biola back to their 5-point lead. Hood with the ball. Gives it to Hussein. Hussein drives. Dribbles it off his foot. Out of bounds. In comes Hanson. In comes Evans. Out goes Hood. Out goes the big man, Zach Allman. 3:51 left on the first half. Trevor Trinan gets the ball. Man-to-man zone on the press. Man-to-man zone. Man-to-man press. Trevor with the ball. Going straight at Hussein. Tiongson with it. Right wing, Hanson being guarded by Brothers. Good cross-court pass. Trinan for 3. Boom, the triple by Trinan. Trevor Trinan getting involved now. 5 points back-to-back for him. Biola staying hot here towards the end of this first half, and if they can carry it, it'll be good momentum to take into the second. Stats for you guys here tonight, Vanguard 6-20, but they put up 81 points at night, and Biola's going to try to keep them under that, and they're doing a good job here right now. Biola allows 61 points a game, top 5 in the nation defensively. 8 3-pointers opposed to 6 from Vanguard to Biola. They shoot 45% most of the time, but Biola shoots almost 50, which is what they're doing right now, shooting 52%. Biola also shoots 37% from 3. They're shooting 50% now, and Trevor Trinan a big part of that. He's 1 for 1, and Blake Shannon Jr. is 1 for 1. Trevor has 10 points here in this first half. He's 4 for 6, also has 3 rebounds. After him is Dakari Archer, who's sitting on the bench with 2 fouls. He's got 6, 3 for 4 with a rebound and 2 assists, but 2 fouls, one of which could have been a block that sent everyone to their feet here in Chase Gymnasium on Valentine's Day. Brandon Brothers with the ball. Looks at Hussein. Hussein wasn't looking at him. Ball goes out the door in the corner. In for the first time here tonight is Christian Wareberry. He's a junior from Pomona, California, West Ranch High School, 6'3", 175. He will end up guarding Trevor Trinan, both of them willowy guards. Trinan proving to be player of the first half here tonight, though. He's going right at his man here, Wareberry. Screen up top, nothing doing. Ryan Swain driving. Can't find anything. He gets stuck down low. Blake Shannon comes across to him. Goes up top, Steve Hervey. Steve looking for a foul, doesn't get one. Evans coming the other way. Goes right at Ryan Swain. Up top, Brothers for three. Front iron, no good. Hansen with a tip in, and it's going to get fouled in the process. It's going to be on Ryan Swain. Jeff Gonzalez going to check in now, hoping to calm down after a couple turnovers in the first half. Got himself to the line already. Confidence booster. Runs the high post really well. Hansen gets it to go around the rim, in, then back out again. Misses his first. Still 26-18, 2.5 minutes left in the first half. Hansen for his second. Makes that one. And Kalen Tiongson was wide open down low, but Jamal Lee was eyeing it like a free safety, just waiting for it. Hand check there on Wareberry. Blake Shannon gives the inbound to Tiongson, gives it right back. Biola with a fresh 30 off that foul. Good dish on the swing, and Trevor Trinan just shook him hard and then lost the handle. Back comes Victor Evans. Evans, for sure, will look to drive on the smaller Blake Shannon Jr. and does. (26-21). Trinan getting Wareberry a couple times. Gonzalez being told by Coach Holmquist not to pick up the dribble. Shannon goes up, no good. Rebound. Kalen Tiongson lays it up, almost gets an and one. That would have been the momentum Biola wanted going into the second half, but he goes to the line for two. That's Tiongson's third rebound, but two of them have been offensive. And this is interesting. Luis Medeiros is going to check into the game here. And instead, Coach Holmquist tells him, maybe sit back down, maybe go. He doesn't know yet. And now it looks like he'll be back in. He'll go for Blake Shannon, I believe. And he does. Kalen Tiongson knocking down his first. Haven't seen much of Zach Allman here in the end of this first half. Minute and a half, 1:37 to be exact, on this Valentine's Day here inside Chase Gymnasium. 2 for 2. Biola 4 for 6 from the field. Free throw line, excuse me. Medeiros going to go up against Brothers. Long three off the front iron, touches the back. And it's going to go Biola's way. 28-21 Biola with a chance to keep extending. Could even give it 10 here. Tiongson going straight at Wareberry. He's gotten Berry to drop a little here in this first half. Trinan comes a little bit short there. That's just a heat check. Back comes Evans. Vanguard has not shot well here tonight. 34%, 1 for 10, 10% from the field. Missing another one there. Good steal from Kalen Tiongson. That's his fourth. Trinan with the ball. They're going to try to leave as little time on the clock as possible, but either way, Vanguard's going to get a full 30. Or close to it. Trinan has to swing out. Desperation pass. Tiongson for three. Bang, bang. Kalen Tiongson coming on strong at the end of this second half. 6 points for him now. Evans holds for the last shot. Most likely calling for a high screen. There's a double screen being set up at the high post. And Brothers going to pull for three. Front iron goes off the back rim. And Biola's going to get a second. And Coach Coleman asking for that extra 1.5 step there. They're not going to get it. And Shannon throws it deep, or excuse me, Swain throws it deep. Nothing doing. Well, Biola up 30-21 here. What they would have liked to see in the first half. I guess that was not a three by Kalen Tiongson. So Biola will go into the locker room with a 9-point lead. That's their largest of the night. And when we come back with about 5 minutes left, we'll come to you with the Chick-fil-A halftime report. All right, welcome back inside Chase Gymnasium on Valentine's Day. I'm Jonathan Rutz, a.k.a. Thin Air, here bringing you the action. This is a Chick-fil-A halftime report. Well, Biola played well, up 30-21 right now. Field goal percentage, 48-32 from Vanguard. Vanguard has not shot well here tonight. And 12 for 25 from the field is Biola, while Vanguard's 9 for 28. The big stat, though, holding Vanguard 1-11, 1 for 11, 9% from beyond the arc, while Biola shot 40%, 2 for 5. Rebounding battle, Biola is also winning that 20-15. They've got 3 offensive rebounds, and I think those are all Kalen Tiongson. Things that Biola is really going to have to look for here in the second half. Number one is come out strong. That's been a weakness for them coming out in what you would call the third quarter. They're going to have to fix that here tonight and make sure they stay up, because let me tell you guys something that just heard through the grapevine. Arizona Christian beat Hope International tonight, and Hope International holds the half game lead or full game lead over Biola right now. Half game lead, 10-3 to 10-2, but with that loss, Hope International drops to 10-3, same as Biola right now. So if Biola wins this game here tonight, they take the first place lead in the GSAC by a half game here tonight. So. But as for what Biola has to do in the second half, they have to cut down on their turnovers. 9 turnovers in that first half. If Coach sees 18 on the board at the end, he's not going to be happy. They got to keep driving, especially Dakari Archer has to make sure he gets to the line decent amount, gets his feet under him here tonight. He's got 6 points and has not been to the free throw line yet, but did a good job of getting there. He's 0 for 1 from 3. Trevor Trinan, player of the first half here, sitting right next to me on the bench. He was on fire there towards the end of that second half. Both teams started out pretty slow, actually. But Trevor went for 10 points, 4 for 7, 1 for 2 from the 3, 1 for 2 from the free throw line, and 3 rebounds, 1 assist. And the other one is Kalen Tiongson. He had 6 points, 4 rebounds, but those pretty much all came in what would be the second quarter. So him and Trinan both really lighting the fire. And no matter what Tiongson does, you are for sure to see fireworks. He was 6 for 4, and like we said, good second quarter for him. As well as Biola really just making sure that they push Vanguard off the line. These Vanguard Lions guards are really, really tight up on our guards and forcing our guys to drive to the basket or nothing, but they can't be shooting a whole lot. Zach Allman being held as of right now to 2 points, 1 rebound. That's big for Biola. Big scorer here tonight for the Lions is Quinn Hansen. He's got 7, and 2 of those were off tip-ins, and he goes to free throw line a decent amount as well. He's also got 6 rebounds, so he's the one Biola's kind of needs to worry about right now. Well, that's the Chick-fil-A halftime report for you guys. Remember to go ahead and tune in tomorrow on Wednesday night, 7:30 to 9 p.m. for Sports Talk Radio. And your home for Biola Sports Radio. That's Call It In the Air, hosted by myself. And that's your home for Biola Sports and sports around the world. Join myself and the baby Italian Joey Mistretta on radio.biola.edu. Again, that's tomorrow night, 7:30 to 9 p.m. on radio.biola.edu. That's Call It In the Air, your home for Biola Sports and sports around the world. Well, we get ready here for the second half. Vanguard comes out with the same starting lineup, and I'm sure Biola, well, it would be interesting to see if Steve Hervey starts or not. And he does, so Kalen Tiongson is going to start on the bench, but we'll see him here soon enough. Hope you all enjoying your Valentine's Day weekend. And here we go. Up top is Hussein. Dishes off to Alman. Alman trying to get involved early. Pass out to Shaquille Dawkins. And lay in for Hansen. And Hansen continuing on his stretch against Biola. Archer makes his call. He's being guarded by Dawkins. Jeff Gonzalez down low. Archer swings, had himself a bucket, but didn't really look up. Ryan Swain with the ball. Looks underneath. No one there. They're going to have 10 seconds left. Good pass from Ryan Swain. Lays it up and in for two is Jeff Gonzalez. On the left wing, Hussein, guarded by Trinan. Down under is Almond. Almond's going to go straight at Hervé. Give him a little shimmy shake with the right hand. Goes up and in off the glass. Biola up, 32-25. Archer with the ball, going straight at Dawkins. Pulls up. There's Gonzalez checking himself and wrecking the other team. Three-pointer for Jeff Gonzalez. Gets Biola up to their 10-point lead, largest of the night here, and doing exactly what they need to do, which is stay hot here in the proverbial third quarter of this game. Almond going straight at Hervé. Pulls up, looking for a foul call there, not really a real shot. Back comes Archer. 18 minutes left in the second half. Gonzalez, dish over, right wing, Trinan for three. Front iron. Here comes Hood. Hood finds nowhere to go, has to dish out Dawkins. Dawkins for three, front iron. Good rebound from Trevor Trinan. Archer coming to my sideline right in front of me. Goes right on Shaquille. Has to do a little double clutch. Goes up top to Jeff. Jeff being guarded close by Hansen. Trinan driving. Dish down low to Steve Hervé. Can't find anything. Kicks it back out. Jeff gives a little pump fake. Gets Zach in the air. Steve Hervé's going to jam it up and in. Good pass from Jeff Gonzalez on the drop off. Biola coming alive here, and that's exactly what they needed to do, kick this game into gear. And they're doing it on the inside, and they're doing it with Jeff Gonzalez and Steve Hervé. Both have scored all the points here in the second half. And that's Hansen. Hansen laying it up. Can't get a foul call. Looking for one, though. Archer driving. Gets fouled by Allman. Goes to the line for two. Zach looks a little tired here. Really has to be the guy for Vanguard, but instead, Quill Hansen really showing up for them. Archer knocks in the first, 16:36 left on the clock. 38-25, largest of the night right here for Biola. Knocks them both in. So Biola stretching their lead after the first half. Back comes Dawkins. Dawkins going at Archer. Step back Jay. Pulls up. No good. And you know what? If Vanguard keeps doing that all night, Biola's going to come with a nice victory. A lot of individual stuff coming here from Vanguard on the guard spots. Ryan Swain swings under, but the foul's going to be on Hansen. Grabbing Jeff. Hansen will get charged with that one. That's their second team foul. It's going to stay there. Archer had trouble getting a handle on the ball. Referees having a discussion here, making sure everything's on the up and up. Swain in the corner with the ball. Goes up top to Jeff. Jeff catches with one hand, brings it in. Here's Archer on the left wing. Goes in the corner to Trinan. Trinan with the jab step, got his man to fall a little bit. Lays it up and in for two. Trevor Trinan continuing his hot streak. Leads all scorers with 12 now. Hussein with the jack, no good. Lot of quick first shots here for Vanguard. Ryan Swain with the ball down low. Goes up top to Jeff. Archer gonna come off a screen from Jeff, lays it in, and looked like a goaltend, but it goes in either way. Zach Allman. Couldn't tell if he put the ball in or not. Archer honestly looked to have a decent amount of touch on that ball. And either way, if it hadn't have gone in, I don't know how they would have scored that as a goaltend or not. Coach from Vanguard really not happy with his starting lineup and the way they came in, so he subs everyone out. They have 4 on the court right now. Brandon Brothers makes 5. So in comes Victor Evans, Christian Wareberry, Jamal Lee, Idris, as well as Brandon Brothers. Up top is Jamal Lee. Hands off. That's Evans. Evans finds nothing. There's Brandon. Brothers shoots well. Almost a Carmelo Anthony type player. Real thick for a guard. Sturdy and stocky player. Vanguard misses again here. Biola have been capitalizing over and over again. Tiongson with the ball inside, going at Idris. There's Jeff. Jeff with the ball. Dishes underneath. Gets another turnover. Rough time of it for Jeff. Protecting the ball here tonight. Idris underneath. Dish outside. Brothers for 3. Back iron. Going to go over the top. And it's going to be Biola's basketball. Well, the shooting woes continue for Vanguard. Shooting 29% now. 11 for 37. And shooting 7%. 1 for 14. From deep here tonight. Blake Shannon Jr. with the ball. Going straight at Christian. And Wareberry just trying to stay on his feet for the most part against these quick Biola guards. Archer, pull up 3 off the screen. In and out. Rebound by Victor Evans. Pushing it back the other way. Dish underneath to Jamal Lee. Lee. I don't know who they're going to call it on. It might be Dakari or Kalen Tiongson. And it was called on Archer. And they're going to need to sub him out. That's his 3rd here. Rough time for Dakari. Despite that, has dropped 10 points in the minimal amount of time he's been able to be on here tonight. Christian Wareberry back iron. Rebound, Shannon Jr., and he'll keep it himself. Looks like Biola's going to achieve their 61 points a game for opponents. As through 13 and a half here, Vanguard has got 25. Trevor Trinan gets everyone to sit up and take notice. Good defense from Biola on the strip. Long outlet from Jeff Gonzalez. He's going to dish out. Trinan. Trinan goes underneath to Tiongson. Back to Trinan, and Trinan just dropped the ball. Frustrated with himself right there. So it's going to be blue ball here, despite the conversation that was just had. And a timeout's being called by Biola. It's a 30-second timeout. Let me take you guys to NBA scores around the league. Chicago Bulls win 105-94 against Toronto, who just picked up Serge Ibaka today in a trade for Terrence Ross in a first-round draft pick from the Raptors. But it's a late first-rounder, and that actually benefits Toronto, who's still in the hunt. Cleveland wins 116-108 versus Minnesota. And the third game tonight is your Los Angeles Lakers, 41-43 against the Sacramento Kings here tonight. Well, happy Valentine's Day to you wherever you may be. Go ahead and send in an email shout out if you would at eaglesbroadcast@gmail.com. Love to hear from you guys. I'm here by myself all night, believe it or not. Not just for the broadcast. I am single as a Pringle. Might just go home, eat pizza, and see if I can catch the rest of a Laker game, yeah? Enough about me. Vanguard continues its shooting woes. Christian Ware-Berry pulling up, can't get it to fall. 43-25 Biola, largest lead of the night. Tiongson driving to the lane, goes up against Idris. Can't get it to go, but he's going to go for two. That's the first foul on Idris. Vanguard's very athletic and a little bit older, I think, if you look around age difference-wise. And that's the way they've always been playing. And a couple years ago when they won the national championship, they had a lot of guys that were older and bounce backs from big schools. And that's what they focus on. Not a lot of high school players on this team. It's about half and half. So Kalen misses his first here, but Vanguard very athletic, but a lot of that comes with a lack of team chemistry. So the way they played here tonight has kind of shown the result of that bounce back style of play. Tiongson going to the line for two. Rattles it home. 1 for 2 from the free throw line. 12:40 left on the clock. Dribble into the hole. Can't find nothing. Shooting woes continue. I've said that about 4 times in a row now. Vanguard has not been able to score lately. Tiongson takes himself a little baby jumper. No good. Gets his own rebound. Lays it up and in for 2. You can't measure heart. Something we haven't been able to discuss lately, but Kalen Tiangson's journey to Biola and how he came here as a freshman, really, with sophomore status. He was a redshirt freshman. He's been here all 4 years. I've been here, and here's his senior year. We didn't think we were going to see him. Really didn't get a whole lot of playing time. Was a little bit wild his freshman year. Has always been this physical as well as emotional and really charged the team. Good friends with Andre Murillo, Cody Whittick. They were all really good friends, and he learned a lot from them. And then coming around his sophomore year, you thought we were going to see a little more minutes, and he still stayed a little bit low behind guys like Mike Kurtz and things like that. So he ended up not playing as much. And then last year he came into his own, and now he's the leader for this team, giving us one more year despite his knees injuries. And Kalen wasn't really paying attention. Took one off the back there. But Biola has it nonetheless. Good swing. Trinan with the ball. Trinan pulls up for 3. Boom! The triple from Trinan. Biola just extending the lead here. Christian Ware finds nothing. Steve Hervé with the ball. Thought about it. Coach Holmquist said no, and Steve didn't. Back comes Blake Shannon Jr. Handoff. Tiongson going to the line. Can't get it to fall. And it's a jump ball. And they're having a discussion on the floor. Kalen not really willing to let that ball go to Vanguard, even off a dead ball. Comes away with it and wins the mental victory. Into the game, couple newcomers here tonight for Vanguard. Big boy is number 50, Caleb Wilborn. He's 6'8", 200 freshman from Chino, California, went to Damien High School. And also into the game is another big guy, 42, Aubrey Myers Jr., senior, previously of LA Harbor College. Shannon with the ball, being guarded closely by Brandon Hood. double team there and almost gives it away. Inside, another jam. Good pass from Jeff Gonzalez. Steve Hervé punctuating with the two hands. Trevor Trinan up close and personal. Brandon Brothers with the ball going against Swain. Puts one dribble and hands it off to Hood. Hood against Swain. Pull up three. Front iron. Hey, ask me if you've heard this. Shooting woes continue tonight for Vanguard. Ryan Swain in the corner. Finds nothing. Handoff. Jeff Gonzalez. Foul's going to be on Hood. Vanguard now shooting 26% from the field here tonight. 11 for 41. And shooting 1 for 17 from three. 5%. Well, you live and die. Jeff with the ball up top. He's being guarded by Myers. Trying to give Myers a look. Myers got a hand on it, it looked like. Trinan driving. Ryan Swain getting to the hole. Puts up the right. Nothing doing. Tantalizingly hanging on the rim. Oh, what a dime pass there from Victor Evans. And just was not able to be handled by Caleb Wilborn, but a genuine dime of a pass. Two-hand overhead, splits everyone off the hands of his own player. Here's Blake going against Hood. Jeff with the ball. Hand off to Shannon. That took a while just to make sure they got in place here. That's going to be a foul on Wilborn. 51-27, 9:46 left on the clock. Back into the game for the first time, really since he came out, is Zach Alsons. Come on, who's Zach Alsons? He's my radio producer. Zach Allman into the game. He's guarding Jeff. But the ball right now is with Blake Shannon Jr. He's got 22 seconds left on the clock, and he'd like to use a decent amount of it. Good defense. Trying in for three. Could have gotten fouled. Back comes Vanguard. Cross-court pass. Hood trying to go up and in. He does. It's the first bucket in a while for Vanguard. Blake Shannon with the ball. Going against Hood. Evans. Brandon Brothers shading hard on Ryan, wanting him to go to the baseline. Jeff with the ball. Goes underneath. Steve Hervé. Rough pass up top. It's kind of continuing. Don't really know, but Jeff making a good pass. Really good pass, and then a bad pass, and then a good pass, and it's kind of going back and forth, so we'll see how that goes. Hansen into the game, as well as Kalen Tiongson. Dakari Archer also into this game as well. Out comes Trevor Trinan, out comes Steve Hervé. Biola back to starters except Shannon. Well, and I guess for tonight, Kalen Tiongson's a bench player. Good defense from Ryan Swain. And off the offensive rebound, though, is a foul. And that sends Victor Evans to the line. Biola extending their lead in the rebounding battle, 32-21 here tonight. Evans doesn't get that to fall. Well, when there's a lid, there's a lid. Not much you can do about it. And coach from Vanguard signaling that he would like a timeout if the ball goes in. Knocks it down, and there's the timeout. Well, Biola up 21 here tonight. Not their largest, 24. That was the 11:22 mark. We're at 8:40 now. Word from our sponsors here, Chick-fil-A. Biola Athletics is sponsored by Chick-fil-A at the Hobron Marketplace, where everyone loves to eat. located at the intersection of Imperial Highway and Beach Boulevard, with no entree exceeding 500 calories and absolutely no trans fats used in any food products. Not to mention great crisscross fries, grilled chicken sandwiches, cool wraps, and salads on the menu. Chick-fil-A offers a healthier alternative that satisfies you while keeping you fit. Visit Chick-fil-A at the La Habra Marketplace, where serving you and your family, friends, colleagues, and associates, as Chick-fil-A says, is always our pleasure. Well, Biola's cut down on their turnover ratio, too. That's a big factor of what's been happening tonight. They get extra possessions here. They only have 13 turnovers. They ended the first half with 9. They're also getting to the free throw line just a little bit more. They're 7 for 10 here tonight. They've sent Vanguard to the line. They're 5 for 10. Vanguard shooting 1 for 17 from deep here tonight. Been a huge factor. 27% from the field. Again, Valentine's Day, I understand. Everyone's on dates. But if you're watching, go ahead and send an email our way, eaglesbroadcast@gmail.com. I'll shout you out on the air. Biola comes out, Tiongson, Gonzalez, Swain, Shannon Jr., and Archer. On the other end is Brothers, Evans, Hood, Allman, and Hanson. Vanguard pushing on their press here, trying to turn up their defensive pressure. Well, that's a blocking foul on Brandon Brothers. Disagreed vehemently right off the bat. Still disagreeing. Nothing doing. And Brandon Brothers really does remind me of Carmelo Anthony. Not just the looks, but he does have the headband and the knee sleeves and all that. But he's just got the body type and the way he's played offensively so far tonight. Looks to be that way. Ryan Swain goes 1 for 2. 8.5 minutes left in this game. Biola up by 22 here. And Vanguard shooting woes continue. Quick out to Ryan Swain. Decides to slow down. Blake Shannon Jr. off the front iron. Coach Holmquist not happy with the early shot clock attempt, especially when they're trying to kill a little bit. Zach for 3. Off the back iron. No good. Hanson with an offensive rebound. Tips it out. But Jeff Gonzalez comes away with it. And Archer with the ball here. Blake is going to run off a pick from Kalen Tiongson. Got himself numbers if he wants it. He does. Ryan Swain for 3. Wide open. In and out. Rebound Brothers. Biola still up 22-30. 7.5 minutes left on the clock now. Hood getting all the way to the lane. And the foul's going to be on Dakari Archer, and that's rough for him since he's been doing that all night, and it looks like Hood grabbed him and threw him behind him with the wraparound. Can't tell if it's an and one or not. Okay, their score goes up, so I'll put our score up, 32-52. In is Trinan, in is Hervé, and out comes Archer, and out comes Gonzalez. That's Archer's 4th, and he still has 10. Referee having a discussion here with the scores table. Everything good? Biola up by 20, second half. Up front is Shannon. Gets sent a double by Evans. And Shannon really does take his time here. Doesn't want to mess with anyone. Swing all the way around. Tiongson ends up with it on the left wing. Drive, hard step. Tiongson wide open in the corner. Front iron. Good offensive rebound from Jeff Gonzalez. Gets it tipped away. Couldn't exactly tell. My view is obscured. Excuse me. It's 52-33 now. Coach Holmquist not happy with the way a lot of tips and bobbles have gone tonight, but Vanguard's been playing very aggressive, more than almost any team I think we've seen. So take that with what you will. Ryan Swain for three, back iron. Good hustle from Kalen Tiongson. Nothing doing though. Ooh, my goodness. A little bit of a bad pass from Hood, but could have been a definite alley-oop with Victor Evans on the punctuation. But nothing doing. Ball gets tipped out of bounds. 6.5 minutes left. We're going minute by minute here pretty much. Hussein with the ball. Goes down low, inside of Victor. Swain calling for a clear out. Pulls up for a J. Glass, no good. Hansen just tipped it out. And Evans can't finish. Hansen with the tip again. And Hansen's done his job here tonight. That's 11 points off of 8 rebounds now. Hansen on the tip from behind, finds nothing. Trevor Trinan with the ball. Trinan gonna run off a screen from Tiongson. Johnson gets slipped. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Jeff Gonzalez. Wow, an offensive foul is called, and it seemed like Ryan Swain jumped right through the middle of everyone. No one took anything in the chest, really. But offensive foul nonetheless. 52-35, 52-35, excuse me. 5:45 left on the clock. Biola has to keep pressure on here just for a little bit longer, make sure they don't roll over in the second half. Jamal Lee checks into the game for Vanguard. And Zach Allman's back in as well. Handoff, Hood for three. It looked good. Just a little short. Good hustle from Jeff. Kalen going straight up. Allman goes up over the top of the jump hook. Good offensive rebounding from Vanguard, giving them second and third chances. (52-37). Good take in from Blake Shannon. Can't get anything to go. Now Biola's the one struggling on the offensive end. Jamal Lee with the ball. Dish out inside of Hussein. Hussein, pull up Jay. Good. 52-39, and I think Coach Holmquist is going to call for a timeout. Dakari Archer's going to have to come in the game with 4 fouls with 5 minutes left. So in danger of fouling out, and the foul's going to be on Hood. Coach Holmquist debating with the referee whether he wants his timeout right now or not. And he says yes, sir. Well, we can now go ahead and read out our shout-outs here. Shout-out from Morgan Penner. Shout-out to my Valentine and most handsome player out there, number 3, Ryan Swain. Thank you for always broadcasting these games. You guys do a great job. Means a lot to be able to watch them from home. Thank you, Morgan. Don't know if I've ever met you in person. Ryan's a great guy. Happy Valentine's Day to you. I saw his post, and the fact that he doesn't really post Instagram very often unless they're about you says a lot. Diane and Steve Rutz listening from Twin Peaks. Thanks, Mom and Dad. Happy Valentine's Day, Mom. Hi, Dad. Well, Biola's starting to ease off the gas pedal a little bit here, and it's kind of showing. Vanguard, their shooting percentage is a whopping 30% nowadays. 16 for 53. 45% from Biola from the field, 28% from 3. They've chucked up a lot in the past couple minutes here. 4 for 14. 14 turnovers for Biola as compared to the 10 from Vanguard. Biola also getting shortened on the rebounding battle, 35-30 here. 8 offensive boards for the Lions. But everywhere else, both teams pretty much even, except Biola on the assists, and that's a result of what we've seen earlier here tonight. Biola been together for a long time. They got 12 assists, while Vanguard's only got 3, and that's just a lot of guards, a lot of bounce back players coming back, and a lot of individual play so far. (52-39), 4 minutes, 49 seconds left on the clock. 39, killing us. And a missed free throw there. So Lee gonna go straight at Tiongson. Good pump fake and hands it off to Zach Allman. This is a quick comeback for Vanguard. They're doing it without taking a whole lot of time off the clock. Biola has to get themselves good shots here and cut this off. Shannon driving to the lane. Dish back out, goes to Archer, fakes it, keeps it himself. Handoff to Archer. Archer being guarded by Hood. Archer going to the line. Almost a turnover there. Could have been an and one. Everyone heard it. There was no call. Trevor Trinan playing his heart out here tonight. That's his 17th. 54-41. Good rebounding from Jeff Gonzalez. Wrestles it away from Zach Allman. 3:44 left on the clock. Trevor Trinan with the ball here on the handoff from Blake Shannon. Shannon looks to be limping just a little. Hasn't come out the game in a while. Trinan with the ball. He's got numbers. Excuse me, Tiongson. Wow, not a lot of foul called. And could have gone either way, so in any regards, Vanguard's got the ball. And that's an and one shot there. On the inside from Jamal Lee. So tempers running a little high here on both ends. Brandon Brothers comes into the game. Out comes Zach Allman. He hasn't seen a whole lot here tonight. He's only got 8 points, 3 rebounds, 4 for 7 on the night. Dakari Archer just trying to get started any way he can. He's got 5 assists, though. 4 of those. Jeff Gonzalez having a stat stuffer of a night as well. He has 8 points here, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists. And Archer's going to be by himself. Beat everyone, and that's the press break play that they ran against Hope a while back. And it's a great play to run. You just kind of get the team mundane run, and Archer just ends up leaking out instead of anything else. And right back at you, Jamal Lee. So Biola not in a ton of danger here. 10-point game, 3 minutes left to go. And Shannon got cut off there at the pass. Archer with the ball. Goes to his favorite spot right next to the half-court line, and it bothers me to no end because it looks like if he takes one step back, he's in trouble with a backcourt violation. Slip screen. Tiongson with the ball. Going right at Lucas. Going to get all the way to the hole. Left-handed layup. It's good. That's a big deal. That's going to loosen Archer up a lot here tonight, and the dynamic duo continue. Oh, good backhanded move there, and the foul's going to be called. And it's going to go 1-1. Tiongson with a foul. That's his third. Zach Allman back into the game. Out comes Hood. (58-46) on the clock. Biola 3 players in double digits. Kalen Tiongson, Trevor Trinan, and Dakari Archer. Evans knocks down the first. If I'm jumping by certain numbers here, it's because I've missed it in the play-by-play, and I apologize. Tom Campbell, hello from Renaissance Academy in Altadena, California, Steve Hervey's High School. Thanks for tuning in. Coach, I'm from Lake Arrowhead. There's a timeout called here. I have time for this. And I've heard of my Renaissance Academy here and there. Good to hear from you. Well, here's our last word from our sponsors. Biology La Mirada is right next to campus at the corner of La Mirada Boulevard and Imperial Highway. We offer custom-made pizzas and salads for everyone, including gluten-free and vegan customers. If you dream it up, we'll dish it out. Monday is Biola Appreciation Day, where everyone with a Biola ID gets 20% off their order. Also, after the games, you can get 20% off your order. Just mention the game at checkout. Check us out at piology.com and go Eagles. Offensive scoring, only one player in double digits, and it's not the person you thought it was going to be at the beginning of this game here. It's Quinn Hansen. He's got 11 points and 7 rebounds, and a lot of those are offensive rebounds here tonight. So other than that, the next highest would be Victor Evans with 8 or Zach Allman with 8 as well. Victor Evans has himself 7 rebounds. Biola doing a good job team rebounding. Kalen Tiongson with 5, Ryan Swain with 6, Trevor Trinan with 5, Jeff Gonzalez with 7. Assist-wise, doing well as well. Gonzalez with 4, Archer with 5, Shannon with 2. Biola's largest lead of the night was 24 at the 11:22 mark, and we do normally see this. They kind of taper off here in the second half. Only a 10-point game. And Vanguard is now in a 1-3-1 press. That's designed to trap. They're going to have to swing hard and use their middleman, and they do. And that used 11 seconds on the clock. And it's designed really to shake Biola up a little bit. Handoff for Archer. Archer gives a hesitation. Going to get all the way to the lane. It doesn't matter. Making it look effortless there on that play. Spin move from Evans. He gets fouled going up for 2. Don't know who it's going to be on. It's on Kalen Tiongson. And that Coach Holmquist not really happy about that. Just kind of a willy-nilly play. But he catches his 4th. That's 2 players with 4 now, Archer and Tiongson. Dakari Archer against Jessup became the sole owner of the number 2 spot all time in Eagles history, Biola University history, that is, and has really shown himself to be someone Coach Holmquist can rely on for 4 years here now. From his freshman year on, he's been someone that he can trust. Coach Holmquist calling right in front of us for a play called Nevada. Couldn't tell you what it is, but we might find out. It's a press break, I'm sure. Or just the play when they get in their first half. There comes a trap there, and that's going to just be a wraparound call. And Zach Allman having to delay of game warning on white 15. Don't know what that means. And they're all having a discussion because they all know each other well. Zach Allman, a good guy that decent amount of Biola players know outside the game. They're talking to each other, Tiongson and Allman. Made it in for 2. And they're going back and forth, Tiongson, trying to trade places, seeing what they're going to do. And Gonzalez steps in because they're all good buddies, doing what good buddies do when you're ultra competitive. Try to get in each other's head, trying to get in each other's nerves. Referee says, don't touch each other, much like a mother would. And much like 2 sons would. Here they go, touching each other. Tiongson opts out not to pick up any extra warning here. The game within a game. Well, Biola up 62-49. A minute and 44 left, and it looks like Biola kind of got their handhold back in this game. Still those 3 players, and now Jeff Gonzalez with those free throws is in double digits. He's got 10 and 7 and 4, so good night for him. Ryan Swain looks to be checking in here. Any last minute shout outs? Would love to hear from you guys. I know there's more than 3 people listening, unless you're doing things and not listening. EaglesBroadcast@gmail.com. Once again, EaglesBroadcast@gmail.com. Would love to hear from you guys here on this Valentine's Day Tuesday night. Little buzzer goes off. We're going to have to reset it here. Referee calls for 1:44 on the clock. And the Tridents making sure the referees know their opinion in the background. And the clock doesn't get set correctly. So now we're officially at 1:44. Real interesting. I don't know who's down there. Could be Garrett Miller. Shout out to him. Pull-up J from Hussein knocks it in. Timeout called quickly by Coach Soliday. So back notched at 10, minute and a half left in this one. Peter Schwepker sending out the good call tonight. Thank you from Peter. So if you didn't hear us before, tonight Arizona Christian beats Hope International, who hold the half-game lead on Biola right now. Hope International, newly ranked number 10, was unranked before this, and they dropped to 10-3 overall, 10-3 in GSAC, 21-6 overall. So Biola is tied with them officially now in the GSAC standing. So if Biola comes away with this victory tonight, which it looks like they should, they will take over that half-game lead, and all the international or national rankings will be correct at that point. It will be number 4 Biola in first place, number 10 Hope International, number 16 Westmont, and number 18 Masters College, with the reserve William Jessup right behind them. Biola comes out with Gonzalez, Trinan, Archer, Tiongson, and Blake Shannon Jr. Zach Allman comes out. Brandon Brothers comes out. Brandon Hood comes out. Evans and Hussein. Good dump off. Archer's going to have the ball wide open to himself. Lays it up and in for 2. .54-52, minute and a half left, and 1. Oh my goodness. So this game being extended by a lot of fouls back and forth. Evans is going to go to the line for what's a old-fashioned three-point play, and that puts a cap on Kalen Tiangson's night. Great night for him, although it doesn't show as much in the stat sheet. Really fueled his team and really pushed him over the line, and not so much the amount of baskets, but the timely baskets that he had. 11 points tonight off of 4 for 8, 3 for 4 from the free throw line, 5 rebounds, an assist, and comes away with 5 personal fouls. Evans going to the line. He knocks it in. Cashes in on his three-point play, 64-55. Shannon with the ball now. And he's going to get fouled by Allman. He'll go to the line for 2. He knocks in his first. 1 of 2 for the young man, Blake Shannon Jr. Goes 2 for 2. Biola back to an 11-point lead. Coach Holmquist telling everybody don't foul. Evans going to the line. Looked like he switched his pivot foot. Tip away, Jeff Gonzalez. And Vanguard's going to want to call a timeout here. 66-55. All right, we're going to go to our break. When we come back, 1:09 left. And Biola pleading their case here for that tip play, but it looks like it's going to stay with Vanguard. So they're going to try to figure it out. All right, we're going to come back in about a minute. All right, well, we're back inside Chase Gymnasium. An easy bucket on the inside there for Jamal Lee. Vanguard really not going away here. 9-point game. Inbound. The foul's going to be on Brandon Brothers, I think. That's his second here tonight. He says Trevor Trine into the line. Trying to extend on his already game high for anyone. He has 17 right now. Comes up short. Tell kind of came out of his hand. He shorthanded it a little bit. Back into the game is Malachi Hussein. Out comes Jamal Lee. Trevor's got to knock down at least 1 for 2 here. Make sure they're continuing to push their lead. And he misses 2. Excuse me, 67-57. Long 3, Hood knocks it in. Now it's a game. Now it's a little interesting, isn't it? 6-point game, 52 seconds left. Blake Shannon's got the ball. Arguably could have been an and 1 there. Brandon Hood knocking down the deep triple. 66-60. I was wrong on my 67, but in my defense, it was wrong on the scoreboard first. .51 seconds left on the clock here. Biola just trying to close this game out and become the sole proprietor of first place in the Golden State Athletic Conference. Shannon knocks down the first, 67-60. Biola moving to NCAA. D2 into the Pac West Conference next year. Won't be seeing Vanguard again unless they play them in an exhibition game. 2 for 2. Evans is going to have to pull up, and he knows it. Long J. Bang. 68-60. It's not over. Archer with the ball gets hip checked hard, and you could tell by Evans. 68-63. Archer going to the line. He's got 16 tonight and doing it efficiently, 7 for 9. 2 for 2 as well from the free throw line. Here's his third time tonight. Bang. Two for 2. 70-63. Here comes Hood. Someone's going to have to pull up, and they know it. Hood on the step back. Good defense from Shannon. Boom. You've got to be kidding me. 66-70. 4-point game. Archer with the ball. Gets fouled hard by Brandon Brothers. And everyone hearing about it here. They're going to have a discussion. Could be a flagrant, could not be. They're just going to call a regular foul here. But it didn't seem like a whole lot play was made on the ball. Coach Holmquist deciding not to argue this. Archer with the ball in his hands at the free throw line. 70-66, 31 seconds left. If you want anyone there, it's your All-American. He's 4 for 4 tonight from the free throw line. Biola shooting well, 70%. Makes the first. Giving everyone a little bit of a hiccup there. 71-66. Two for 2. Timeout here. 66-72. So Biola gives them more breathing room. 6-point game. If Vanguard knocks in another 3, that's a 3-point game. You got, let's say they take 6 seconds off the clock. You got at least 20 seconds left. It's doable. It is very doable. Stranger things have happened. Well, this game's taking longer than normal, so you still have time to get in a shout-out. EaglesBroadcast@gmail.com. Hit me up. I'm the only one here. I have the whole table to myself. There's no one sitting at my table. It's lonely. Let me know. 72-66. Both teams almost in the double bonus here. Biola with 9 fouls. Of course, Vanguard with having a foul here at the end of the game with 10. Now a couple players in double digits here. Brandon Hood and Victor Evans, both guys have been knocking down threes lately. Brandon Hood knocked down 2 tough ones here. That's the first 2 he's made so far. On the other end, Dakari Archer with 20 points, 6 for 6 from the free throw line, 7 for 9 from the field. Trevor Trinan himself, 17 points, 5 rebounds. Jalen Tiongson already out of the game tonight, but he had a timely 11 and 5. Jeff Gonzalez also 10 and 7 and 4. Shannon just trying to make sure he keeps his team level headed here. He's the floor general. He's 7 3 and 3, excuse me. 4 for 4 himself from the free throw line. Evans with the ball. He's going to go right at Swain. Swain playing good defense. Out in the corner to Hussein. Hussein wide open. Off the back iron. No good. Offensive rebound. Blake Shannon Jr. comes away with the ball. He's going to give him his team precious time, and Hood with the foul. Blake Shannon's going to go. He's going to try to seal it here. Blake's been walking with a considerable limp, and it might have to do with the massive bruising he's got in his legs right now. He's got one in the left on the calf and two on the right up by his knee. Can't knock down the first. 72-66. 17 seconds left on the clock. Gets the second one to fall. Now Biola has to play defense without fouling. Evans going to go to the hole. Dunk it for two. Up over Swain. Archer with the ball. Fouled early. Nice little bang out there, though, from Victor Evans. He's played well here tonight. 17 points for him now. 6 for 8 from the free throw line and 7 rebounds. He's only a junior from Winnetka, California. Pierce College before this one. But you can tell already has been nice. And this this referee is kind of giving warnings out to Jeff Gonzalez all night long. And I haven't really seen what Jeff's been doing, but I'm sure it's Jeff and Zach talking. And let me tell you this, Zach Allman knows how to talk to a referee. Like, he knows what to say to make sure that he's not blamed for things. So Jeff and Zach already having themselves a discussion, and they're smiling together. So it's a good game between Biola and Vanguard. And this Vanguard team, no pushover here. 75-68 here. Sorry for the score issue. But really, this team took Hope International the other night, who've lost tonight to Arizona Christian, took them into overtime the other night. And Vanguard is 6 for 20 overall, 6 and 20. They've lost 20 games, and you wouldn't expect that from a team, but on any given night for the GSAC, guys can make a difference. So overall, honestly, Vanguard has the worst record out of anyone. But in the GSAC, they're in the middle just because Menlo, San Diego Christian, and Arizona Christian haven't won games. And let this be a lesson to you. Arizona Christian is the worst team in our league by far, 2 for 10 on the season. And tonight they took on 10-2, number 10 national team, Hope International, and beat them, giving us our spot to move in here tonight with a win. So anything can happen on any given night against GSAC basketball. So it just happens that Biola makes sure the result goes one way rather than the other a decent amount of times. 11 seconds left on the clock. 11.9 to be exact. 75-68. If Biola can get 5 points, 5 seconds to go off this clock, they'll be happy. Give himself an opportunity. A lot's going to have to happen for Vanguard to win this game. Here comes Evans. Evans. Hand off to Brothers. In and out. Rebound for Archer. And there's a scrum down low. And Archer gets tanked by Hood. Zach Allman waiting for his team to pick him up. Over comes Jeff Gonzalez to pick him up. So like boys, they'll fight, but they eventually make up. 30-second timeout for Coach Holmquist. 2 seconds left. There's been a lot of stoppage time here at the end of the night. Trying to keep y'all entertained. Let me tell you here what the NBA scores finished out with. Lakers and the Kings still playing each other, 83-79, 5 minutes left in this one. I can't tell where they're at because the NBA.com website is just awful nowadays, let me tell you what. But I do believe they're playing at Staples since they just played. And they are. Well, back to this game. Trevor Trinan coming away with the ball. It's going to be tipped away. And Biola's going to win by a score of 75-68. Quite the game ender there. Vanguard not being pushed around. from three-point land and up their percentage probably within the last minute and a half by a decent amount. Well, this is the Biology post-game show here. Played great D, did Biola. Their shooting percentage for Vanguard before that little flurry at the end was hovering around the 31% mark. And Vanguard normally shoots whopping 45%, 8 threes a game, average 81 points a game. They're an offensive-minded team. But Biola keeping them to a low percentage, 20% for the Vanguard Lions. From deep, 5 for 25, and those last couple came there at the end, but Biola definitely seemed to have the advantage for most of the night. Vanguard was at one time 1 for 17 for 3. Biola really went inside out from the beginning of this game tonight, which was one of their goals that we were looking at. They started from the inside and made their way back out. So also for Biola, just played great offense. Towards the end, not so much, but they got themselves great shots probably through the first we'll say 35 minutes of this game. After that, it started to taper off a little bit. But really, it was a struggle for them at the end to kind of just put it away. But credit to them for their free throw making ability. Decent amount of turnovers in that game for Biola, 15. Something that they work on. Not as high as it's been in the past, but shot well, 21 for 29 down the stretch. Won the rebounding battle, 39-32. Player of the game here tonight. I had it tied about a minute and a half ago, but now it's Dakari Archer. 22 points tonight, really efficient, 7 for 9. Free throw went 8 for 8, 2 rebounds, 5 assists on the night. Player of the game is sponsored by Call It In The Air radio show Wednesday night, 7:30 to 9 o'clock p.m. Sports Talk Radio, and your home for Biola Sports Radio and sports around the world. Join myself, Jonathan Rutz, a.k.a. Thin Air, and the baby Italian Joey Mistretta on radio.biola.edu. Again, Wednesday nights, 7:30 to 9 o'clock, radio.biola.edu. All in all, Trevor Trinan, 17 points. A lot of those in the first half. Looked really good here tonight, 7 for 14. He had 5 rebounds as well. Ryan Swain finishes with 6 rebounds to go along with 3 points. Caleb Tiongson finishes on a foul out, 11 for 5. Jeff Gonzalez, 10 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists. Stuff in the stat sheet tonight. And let's not forget about Blake Shannon Jr., 8 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. Happy Valentine's Day to y'all. I hope you have a good one. Thanks for joining us. The next game comes courtesy of February 21st, San Diego Christian, that senior night. You don't want to miss that one. Missing a lot of seniors that night. And that's how we'll wrap up the season. I'll be joined that night by Trey Sherman Vernon, my normal color commentary guy. But all that to say, happy Valentine's Day. Have a good Tuesday night, and God bless.